Hello everybody, Manithral here, and welcome to the weekly update video for RS3. Now this week we have a patch week, as we are still celebrating Easter and the holiday event. But what else besides that? We do have April Fools. If you missed it yesterday, there was a tease about a bench cape, a bench skill cape at that. Where you would have got it from, essentially, sitting around and benches, and then you could have got it. But of course, that was their April Fool's joke. But in spirit of April Fool's, they did re-release a lot of classic items back into Diango, Ianto, and Azibo's stores. So there is a few titles, a terrifying mount, a ring of cabbage, and so much more. So do check it out. It's all in good fun, and hopefully everybody has a good time with it. The Treasure Hunter calendar starting April 4th and ending April 8th as Foresight. And patch notes, as like I said, this is a big week for patch notes this week. So up first we have Easter. Fix an issue that would cause the Easter community hunt to not update the event interface if the in-game clock overlay was turned off. So it's time to hunt. Cheap now appears in correct magic offhand category in the wardrobe. Fix an issue where the butterfly dervish emote could be bought even when it was already unlocked. Ironman accounts would only receive the spring token warning message once per login session. Spring Sam be gone. Spam, that is. So fix an issue where the Easter golden egg decorative poles were clipping into the Falador castle floor. The spring picnic skirt has been reshaped and made fuller, and it's now closer to match the mannequin wearing the outfit. The spring picnic outfit has now reduced cape clipping. The male version of the spring picnic outfit, flowers, no longer clips with the waistcoat and hat. Fix an issue where the objects dropped near maypoles were floating in the air. Yes, especially that potato. Combat. So stat buffs and stat debuff icons on the buff bar can now be toggled on or off via options in the settings interface. Adjusted Cerberus Juvenile's damage reduction to account for the new hit chance system. She'll now take 500 reduced damage for each tile away from the player she is. Starting at 500, where previously it would be 500 plus 500 for each tile away. Laniakia's spear has been added to the attack skill guide for level 82. Fix an issue that caused the split soul expiry sound effect to play every time the player teleports. Amended some quest bosses to have their HP and Dominion Tower match their quest HP. Added the Super Necromancy Potion to Mazcab Emergency Merchants. It took the Gobies a while to get them. Added in missing members only icons from the following necromancy abilities: Soul Sap, Soul Strike, Soul Volley, Conjure Undead Army. These abilities were always members only, but were visually missing the icon and the requirements on the tooltips. Fix an issue that caused Max to remain at 138 combat level. He is now 152 as intended. Fix a typo with Erin's dialogue when toggling the flurry mechanic on and off during the Archglacier fight. Fix an issue with the Azure and Chaotic Berserk animations overrides displaying incorrectly. The Dungeons and Sewers, the audio for the Rock Sewers, Edgeville Dungeon, and Polnovich Slayer Dungeon have been updated. The bronze arrows no longer appear at the top of the stalagmites in the Edgeville Dungeon. Kandaren improvements. The gate no longer appears as two separate doors at the Beehive Farm east of Catherby. The blue plant no longer overlaps with the yew tree near Catherby. The bush no longer clips through the wall of the pet shop in Yanil. The texture behind the now fixed for Pottery Hut north of East Sardone Castle. Removed the force walk tiles near the camel pen at the Ardone Zoo. So run free. The plank located near the Barbarian Outpost has been moved and now can be picked up. The shell clue is now moved to the same spot as before with the lighthouse, and extended the road and added back bushes to the base of Eagle's Peak to better visually indicate a hard clue location. So there we go. General fixes. They fixed an issue with the nature staff charges being used every time the make X interface was opened, unnaturally. Load last preset options have been added back to the range of the banks. Birthday Rot repaired bank booth, both player-owned farm, upgraded bank chest, the open Oogloo bank booth, the player-owned ports bank boxes, the artisan workshop bank chest, and the wilderness cape cellars. The music player tracks are now shown in the incorrect alphabetical order. Fix an overlapping text issue that when searching for items with long names in the Grand Exchange, the central point light in the Wizard's Tower now matches the color of the central light beam. Added a missing Slayer Master icon for Vanaka. The icon will now be visible in the world maps and minimap for the surface world when within Edgeville Dungeon. The Tannery map icon is no longer placed on the Jack Oval and is now displayed on the Tanya Hide instead. So sorry, Tanya. Players can no longer teleport while transmogrified into a salamander. They're just little guys and can't teleport. Fix an issue that caused the Tombstone Agility overhead animation to play when gaining Hunter XP. The number of roles mentioned in the Commander Conad reward shop of the Barbarian Assault minigame now reflects the number of roles available in the minigame. Fix an issue that caused loot received by the looting perk to sometimes spawn out of walkable areas. Fix an issue that blocked mobile players from checking the contents in the compost bin. Sorry, guys. Fix a typo with the Ally of the Wise in the Battle of the Monolith quest. Fix several misspelling of the artifact in several locations and now reads artifact as expected instead of artifact. Some incorrect information typos and inconsistencies in examine text for the Perfect Juju Flask have been fixed. Fix a typo in the mouse over text for the Ravenous Locust Scroll Famine. Added a missing full stop to the end of the examine text for Magical Thread. And then we head into the community showcase. So first we have a comic cover design here for Ruru, The Adventures of Hans, Dragon Slayer. That was definitely going to be pretty cool to check out. And this is by Ruru Rupert. And then we have an artist rendition here from Bucket Cultist with the Ictharlan Necromancy armor set theme, which is actually pretty dope. Maybe it'll be in game eventually, who knows. And then Rune 2, we have our trusty the RS guy, the hardest challenge in RuneScape history, PVM Nuzlocke, full... I can't read the rest of the title, guys, but that means you'll just have to go to the RS guy's website and check it out. As you can see here, he goes from your basic noob gear to looking pretty awesome, so do check that out. Then with the Escaper screenshot, Doobly is enjoying the Easter area, which I gotta admit, that is a beautiful area. And so is Jay Sindab, also enjoying some of the different sights you can experience in the Easter area. And then Jamie and the group here did a promenade across the bridge in the Easter area, also looking very awesome. Then we go into the Pink Skirt player events, which we have a PMod special event Wednesday, April 3rd at 2000 game time, Penguin Tour. Miss Misty, Edgeville Bank, World 60, FC is Miss Misty. And another PMod PVM event, Friday, April 5th at 2300 game time, Next Angel of Death, hosted by Spotley and Nexiodamus. God Wars Dungeon, Ancient Prison, World 92, FC is Nexiodamus. And then we have one final one, which is the PVM event, PMod PVM event again. Saturday, April 6th at 1300 game time. This is hosted by Mercy and Dung Titan, and it's going to be next, and you'll meet them at God Wars Dungeon Ancient Prison, World 35. FC is Dung Titan. So if you're not familiar, you check out these events. Maybe it'll help you learn the fights and give you some pointers. So that is it for this week, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, later, guys.